Ave, I am Caesar, and this is the story of my death. Antony, Octavius, and Lepidus decide who they will execute. Antony sends Lepidus to find my will, and while he is away, they discuss the usefulness of Lepidus. Antony and Octavius prepare for battle. They want to deal with all of their enemies, the men that murdered me.
Some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs.
In another camp, not far away, Brutus and Cassius meet. Brutus says that Cassius is not as good and as kind a man as he was before, and Cassius argues with Brutus because he realizes that Brutus no longer trusts him. They talk inside the tent, away from the soldiers.
There are no tricks in plain and simple faith.
Brutus and Cassius argue, but a poet comes in and tells them that they must be friends. Brutus tells Cassius that Portia has suicided, and Brutus, Cassius, Titinius, and Marullus discuss the war, as well as Portia's death. Between them, they decide they must battle at Philippi. When everyone left, I arrived in my ghostly form, and I told Brutus that I too would meet him in Philippi. Portia.
She is dead.
How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, insupportable and touching loss, upon what sickness? Antony and Octavius's army meet Brutus and Cassius's army. The four exchange insults. Cassius wonders what will happen that day, and he worries about their losses. And he and Brutus say goodbye to each other. If we do lose this battle, then is this the very last time we shall speak together. Brutus told Messala to attack Octavius's army.
Ride! Ride! Messala, ride!
Cassius' army was losing, and Antony's army had set their enemies' tents on fire. Cassius sent Titinius to find some information and to report what he saw. When Cassius thought that Titinius had been captured, he asked Pindarus to stab him. Titinius returned with Messala. He hadn't run into the enemy at all. He had run into Brutus. They found Cassius' body, and Titinius stabs himself. Messala is away finding Brutus, and when they returned, they find both of the bodies. They didn't have much time, so they grieved for a very short time and then returned to the battle.
O Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet. Thy spirit walks abroad and turns our sword in our own proper entrail.
One of Antony's lieutenants, young Cato, and his army catch Lucilius. Antony tells them to treat Lucilius with respect, even though he is not Brutus.
And I am Brutus, Marcus Brutus, I. Brutus, my country's friend, know me for Brutus.
As Pindarus assisted Cassius in his death, Brutus seeks someone to assist him, but no one will help, and the armies of Mark Antony are getting closer. Brutus's army retreats. Strato stays behind and helps Brutus die. Antony and Octavius find Strato with Brutus's body, and Octavius takes Strato into his service. Antony talks of Brutus and his nobility, and Octavius agrees to bury Brutus with honour and with dignity.
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in a general, honest thought, and common good to all, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, "This was a man."